Plato, from 428 or 427 BCE to 348 or 347 BCE, was a towering figure in ancient Greek philosophy and one of the most influential philosophers in Western history. Born into a noble family in Athens, he was exposed to politics and the intellectual circles of the city from a young age. His real name was Aristocles, but he came to be known as Plato, possibly due to his broad shoulders, Platos meaning broad in Greek. Growing up during the tumultuous times of the Peloponnesian War, Plato witnessed the political instability of Athens, which greatly shaped his philosophical outlook. Plato's early intellectual life was deeply influenced by Socrates, his mentor, whose method of dialogue and critical questioning left a lasting imprint on Plato's thinking. The execution of Socrates in 399 BCE, for allegedly corrupting the youth of Athens and introducing strange gods, had a profound impact on Plato. This unjust trial, in which Socrates chose to die rather than renounce his ideas, marked a turning point for Plato, who abandoned his early political ambitions and instead devoted himself to philosophy. After Socrates' death, Plato traveled extensively across the Mediterranean, visiting places like Egypt, Italy, and Syracuse, where he engaged with other philosophers and thinkers. Around 387 BCE, Plato returned to Athens and founded the Academy, one of the earliest institutions of higher learning in Western civilization. The Academy taught subjects ranging from philosophy and mathematics to astronomy and political theory. It became a center for intellectual inquiry and laid the groundwork for what we know today as the modern university system. Plato's contributions to philosophy are vast and enduring. He wrote a series of dialogues, with his most famous works including the Republic, Phaedo, Symposium, and Laws. In these texts, Plato explored a range of philosophical issues, including ethics, metaphysics, politics, and epistemology. His theory of forms remains one of his most significant ideas, suggesting that the material world is only a shadow of the true reality, which consists of eternal and unchanging forms or ideas. The allegory of the cave, a vivid metaphor from the Republic, illustrates this idea. Prisoners in a cave perceive only shadows on the wall, believing them to be reality, until one prisoner escapes and discovers the true world of light and forms. Beyond metaphysics, Plato's political philosophy, especially his concept of the philosopher king in the Republic, has had lasting influence. He argued that those best suited to govern are not the wealthy or the powerful, but the wise, those who have true knowledge of what is good for the community. This idea has shaped political thought for centuries, influencing thinkers from medieval theologians to modern political theorists. Additionally, Plato's tripartite theory of the soul, which divides the soul into reason, spirit, and appetite, laid the groundwork for early psychological theories. Several of Plato's famous quotes continue to resonate today. One of his most well-known sayings is "Know thyself." This phrase highlights the importance of self-awareness and introspection, suggesting that understanding oneself is the foundation for wisdom and virtue. Another famous quote is "Beauty is the symbol of the good," reflecting Plato's belief that beauty is not merely a superficial trait but is connected to moral goodness and truth. His statement, "The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future in life," underscores his deep belief in the power of education, which he saw as essential to both personal development and the betterment of society. Plato's influence extended far beyond his lifetime. His student, Aristotle, became another foundational figure in philosophy, and together they represent the two great pillars of ancient Greek thought. During the Middle Ages, Plato's ideas were transmitted through Neoplatonists and Christian theologians, influencing Western religious and philosophical thought. In the Renaissance, scholars revived and studied Plato's works, contributing to the intellectual rebirth of Europe. In conclusion, Plato's life was one of inquiry and contemplation. His philosophical legacy, spanning from ancient Greece to modern times, continues to shape Western thought. His enduring maxims inspire people to reflect on their own lives, the nature of society, and the broader world. Plato's life and works remain a cornerstone of Western intellectual tradition, impacting philosophy, politics, education, and aesthetics for over 2 millennia.